This tutorial will show you how to create a reference list manually for your research paper, like if you are using sources such as printed books whose references can't be downloaded from the EBSCO databases. Academic Writer has a way to enter the elements by typing or copy and paste, and then it'll format the reference for you. Your Defiance College tuition dollars have provided you access to Academic Writer, a pay service which will help you with APA style. From the library's homepage, library.defiance.edu, click here to get into Academic Writer. If you are accessing this from off campus, you will be asked to authenticate to enter your name and barcode off of your DC ID card. Since I'm recording this on campus, I can't show you what that looks like. Under Welcome here at the top, click on Login. You will see this Create an Account option here if you've never used it before. For this demo, I'll use my login. The page calls me by name once I'm logged in. We want to add references, so we'll click here on the Add References button. Academic Writer sorts the different kinds of references out in these boxes, making it easier to find the type you need. Let's say you quoted from this print book in your research paper what African American parents want educators to know. Because the book has an author, it's not anonymous or edited, for example, we're going to want to select Authored Book out of the list. A lot of the information we'll need to create a reference will be found on the book's title page, which I've marked here. So we'll add the author's name, Thompson, in the box here, and the author's initials, GL, in the next box. APA style requires author's initials instead of first names. Then we'll click on Save and Format. We'll say OK to this pop-up box, and then your author's name appears in the box to the right. The year the book was published is often on the back of the title page. I looked and it said 2003. We'll enter 2003 in this year of publication box. If the book didn't have a date, we would have clicked this No Date button. Now we'll type in the title. When we click on this Format in Sentence Case box, Academic Writer will format the title for you, but a box pops up telling you that you have to capitalize proper nouns yourself. African American is a proper noun, so we'll go back and capitalize the two A's. Next, under Source, is the box to enter the publisher's name. I'll enter that from what was on the book's title page. Since it's a print book, there's no URL or DOI to enter. You can create an abstract describing the book if you want, but most assignments don't require an abstract for a reference, so I'll leave it and the notes boxes blank. Now I'll scroll and click on Add to My References. We get an option to go to My References, so we'll click on that. And here's the formatted reference we just created. If you want, you can add a note at this point, like where you got the book, in case you need to find and consult it again later. Now let's say you need to add a reference to your list for a web page, and you use this page from the Centers for Disease Control on Eastern equine encephalitis in your paper. We'll go back to Academic Writer, click on Add References, and scroll down and click on Web Page. Back on the web page, we see that Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is the author. So we'll click on Group and then enter the name. And then we'll save and format. Going back to the web page, at the bottom it says a date of last reviewed August 18th, 2020. So we'll enter 2020 and the month and day in the date boxes. Next is the title. We'll go back to the web page, and the title is this Eastern equine encephalitis, but I could not get it to copy and paste, so I'm going to have to type it manually. And we'll format. Next, we'll copy and paste the URL from the CDC's page into this box for the URL. There are boxes to enter a description and notes to yourself if you want, but they usually aren't required in assignments. Now we'll scroll and click Add to My References, and I'm going to add my new reference and go to My References. And here's the citation we just created. Now we'll click on Add References again so we can view the other options. There's options for journal articles, edited books, films, and podcasts. You would select one of those if you needed a reference created for other formats. It may help you to view the quick guides under the Learn tab. These short slideshows give real-life examples, such as APA's capitalization rules found under Mechanics of Style. If you need more help, contact a librarian. From the library's homepage, click on Library Links, then Staff Contact to view our contact info. Thanks for viewing our tutorial on entering references manually into Academic Writer.